post yesterday.
What's happening? Throwback Thursday. It's Thursday. We're about to get it in. We're going to wait till we get 500 likes. I'm going to break this down. We're going to go over one of these questions of why it's very important that dispatchers and carriers both have the proper expectations. Okay? So just like dispatcher always inquiring what they need to do in order to get carriers, my owner-operators, carriers, should not be hiring bad dispatchers too. Okay? So we're going to start breaking this down. So if you're joining, welcome, tap in. We're going to go over this. Not going to take too long, about 15, 20 minutes real quick. I want to go over this premise because I just made a post about this a while ago. So I'm waiting until we get to 500 likes before I get started and going over the premises in the ebook. So let's get up to 500 likes. So if you're in transportation, whether you are a carrier, you want to be an owner-op, you are a dispatcher, or you are an aspiring dispatcher, this content for today is going to be exclusively for you to set an expectation for questions you may get. People love to ask a question that I keep telling people, you're asking the wrong question. And the question is, where do I find carriers? Where do I find, everybody ever heard anybody ask that? Have you ever asked that question yourself? Where do you find carriers? Anybody ever asked that question before? Where do you find carriers? Right? Do I have any carriers in the chat? So we can understand that carriers are not hiding. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Stephen, I'm sorry. Has anybody ever heard, where do you find carriers? Where do you find carriers? Okay? And I keep telling people, the issue is not where do you find them. The issue is when you find one, what are you going to say to them? This is the issue. How can a carrier know and trust that you as a dispatcher have their best interests at heart, as well as a carrier? How do you know what questions to ask a potential dispatcher to know if they're really good or not before you automatically work with them? Because time is not a true tester whether somebody's good or not. Time. Okay? So let's get up to 500 likes and I'm going to start unpacking this. So we're at 93 likes. We need to keep it going. Do they have a CDL? Have you drove before? That's not one of the questions. That's not a solidification whether a dispatcher is good or not, but that's a good question. Because I actually train a lot of former owner-operators that now want to be dispatchers. Okay? But, I mean, that could be very insightful, right? So, yeah, let's keep going. Appreciate the likes, family. We're going to get up to 500. We get to 500, we're going to start unpacking this, right? To really start going through that. Now, one validity in Mark's question is that he wants to show the person to have empathy, right? Empathy. That's a key. Here we go. That's what he just said. Yep. If they understood it. Yep. And so for myself, Mark, I'm a carrier too. And so I understand exactly what you're saying. That's actually one of the things we're going to go over is exercising empathy. Okay? Because if they can't empathize with what you're doing, they don't care. So a carrier knows. They can feel it. That's very insightful. Yes, sir. That's good. Very insightful. Okay? Yeah, keep it going. I like that. We didn't hit our little number, right? We there. There you go. What's happening? Okay, so what we'll do is I just made a post. What's up, Manny? I just made a post a while ago. You can go check on the most recent post that I said. And one of the things that I went over on my most recent post that I just posted is stop asking where the carriers are and understand what you need to say to them that sounds proper and is going to require you to do some information, some soul searching, some identification of certain things, right? Because as well as a carrier should have a certain set questionnaire because you are interviewing dispatchers that you want to dispatch for your said trucking business, right? So you should have a set of questions because what if this dispatcher or him or she is like Mr. or Mrs. Personality, and you get started talking about stuff that has nothing to do with trucking before you know you sign up for their services and they don't know the crap of what they're doing, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over one of these questions. And I made a post the other day. If you are a dispatcher and if you have a good skit, we have a good cold call script, and you have this ebook, there's no way in the world that you will not be able to sign up with anything. I got this ebook to help reverse engineer my sales. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, man. You the guy, right? Smart man, right? I'm a screenshot that one, so I use that later. Okay, now, with that being said, I've been a carrier since 2016. Okay, a part of me, I got a dispatcher that been in dispatch for 15 years. When I started my trucking business, I did the same thing they told you in 2021, 2020, 2021, which is get a truck, get a trailer, get some insurance, get a driver, and you're going to make all this money. I did this in 2016 for people saying this, and it did not work out for me. Come to find out that the reason why it did not work because my dispatcher was not a good dispatcher, but I didn't know it. So because of that, I have questions like this. I wish I would have known to ask questions like this because I didn't have this kind of stuff. I didn't know, right? So, but based on what I did not know, it tremendously hindered me in my business. And I cannot tell you how much money I spent, not only with deadhead miles, bad philosophies, hauling freight and cars and all these kind of bad philosophies that now help train people not to do because it doesn't make any sense when you count the cost. This person has set us up for failure. Now, intentionally, unintentionally, regardless, I was spending a lot of money. So I wrote this ebook from the perspective of a carrier for you as a carrier to ask these certain questions when you're hiring a dispatcher, and then vice versa, just like Manny said above, to reverse engineer, right, what it looks like. Okay, because at the end of the day, like Mark just put, can they keep you moving? Anybody can say yes, right? That is a yes, right? But there's no proof of that, okay? So we go to the first part. So I put a little entry right here. So now what we have on this ebook right here is 7 questions, okay? So I do a little introduction, 7 questions. We're going to go over question 1 today. So all we're going to go over, right, is question number 1, okay? So on this side, I put my little intro to tell you why I wrote the ebook. And I'm going to read it. And it says, this ebook was written to give carriers a blueprint on how to hire a dispatcher for their business. In 2016, when I started my trucking business, I thought I had everything I needed, the trucks, the drivers, and experienced dispatcher. And please understand, when I started my trucking business, when I launched it, I had 4 trucks, not just 1. So I really thought I was going to win, okay? I thought I had the blueprint, but after 8 months of not making any profit. Now, when I had trucks, trailers, drivers, and an experienced dispatcher, that sounds like a recipe for profit, and it did not happen. But after 8 months continuously of not making a profit, I realized the dispatcher's discipline and strategies were not for my business. This delayed discovery cost me thousands and thousands in time I could never get back. Don't be like me. Okay, this is a warning. A warning to y'all. Don't be like me. Use following the 7 questions properly to vet dispatchers to ensure you get one that's right for your business. Now, if you get the right dispatcher, you don't need 3, 4, 5. Because then people think that that's a cure-all too. Let me get a whole bunch of them so they're fighting with each other all the time. That in itself does not equate to anything in general. Okay? So in that regard, let's go to the first one. Okay? This is what we're going to go for today. We're going to talk about it. Okay. Number 1, and this is the most number one thing that people miss as a beginning. The first question is, why did you decide to be a freight dispatcher? This is the first question. Everyone's going to say, I'll tell you what, the comments. Y'all tell me why you think most people want to be a freight dispatcher. Y'all tell me. What have y'all heard? Let's get some comments going, because y'all know y'all heard a lot of things. Why do you think most people want to be a freight dispatcher? Money. Yep. What else? Money. Okay. What else? Work from home, to sit home and make money. Money. Okay. Let's keep it going. All y'all money. That's true. Right? Okay. What other reason? Do you think there's any other reason? Okay. Money, 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 right? Okay. Why do they think they're going to get this money? Why do you think the money? Like to see company thrive. Okay. Nope. Okay. Want their own business. Okay. Good. Okay. What reason? Love to see freight move. Okay. What reason do they teach you that you should have a business? Right? So the reason you should, what is the reason that people tell you why you should have a business? Profit. Nope. To more money. Nope. What is the reason that a person should have a business in the first place? What is the reason why people are supposed to start a business? No. Those are some of the benefits. Work with your own shippers. Yeah, that's ideal. Yep. Do what they love. Nope. I love that y'all trying to though. There we go, Manny. Yes. Manny's my guy again. Came through. You start a business with the intention to solve a problem. So, immediately, when you ask a dispatcher, what makes you, what helped you decide to be a freight dispatcher? Now, we know all the reasons that y'all gave before is because they want money, easy money, work from home, get some money from the carrier, don't have to do anything, easiest way of getting transportation, right? But the problem with that is that when you do it for reasons that don't really exist, then what you're going to do is you're not going to be an advocate for your clientele to try to fix their problems. And this is why people frown on freight dispatchers, because there's a negative mindset behind it, because all they want is you go pick up load. They don't care if it's raining, snowing, sleeting, you didn't get sleep, your truck busted, it ain't running, all that kind of stuff, right? They don't care. So because they don't care about it, this is why you suffer. If an owner-operator hires a dispatcher, doesn't really care, then they can't work it. The number one thing I ask for all my dispatchers, starting Monday, we will have 8, is if you do not exercise empathy, I'm going to fire you. It is not an easy thing for carriers to spend their life over the road, missing their family, going without, driving millions of miles, sleeping in their trucks, in the elements. This is not a lightly thing. So because of that, if you don't practice empathy, that's the number one thing that gets you fired in my company. Okay, so the acceptable answers. This is why this is here. Reason. A dispatcher needs to express empathy for your commitment. When I tell people all the time, carriers are superheroes without capes. Because when COVID came, who came to rescue us? Trucks, right? When the grocery stores were barren, who came and delivered? Trucks. Who wasn't in quarantine? Trucks. Truck drivers. Instead of being in quarantine like we were, they were making sure that we could still live. Okay? Thank you so much, Cappy. Now, in that regard, number one, acceptable answers. I've been in the industry. I have family in the industry. Or response given in some other way is a deep admiration for truck drivers and their service to the American way of living, as livelihood revolves around the dedication of the American truck driver. Then I put here, unacceptable answers. I lost my job and this seems easy. Number 2, the number one thing I hate, this is the second question I hate when people ask me. I'm looking for a part-time hustle. When they tell me that and I train people, I don't accept them. Let me tell you that again. If a dispatcher wants to come say, can I do this part-time? I tell them, find somebody else to train you, because I will not do this. You need to be committed to this. Number two. Then all of a sudden, this one here's the next more popular one. There's big money in trucking and I want some. So carriers and owner operators, immediately, if you have a person saying stuff like this, well, I'm not really sure. I'm just trying to see if this is for me, right? In all seriousness, I'm a truck driver and empathy is a major factor in working with it. Exactly. I understand, brother. Homestead, yes. And that's what I'm saying. I know we was playing, but I'm serious as a heart attack too, because the carrier goes into debt maybe $100,000 to then hire a dispatcher that we know you work from home. At least you can do is care, be concerned, and be an expert in what you know that you're doing. Make relationships, negotiate for me. I don't care if it's $75, get my truck order not used. It does not matter what you should go through for me, because I'm in the elements. If I'm on the side of the road, can you find me a mechanic? Can you help me? If they have no desire to help you out of your situations, you don't need to be there for them at all. You need to fire that dispatcher, because they're not going to help you at all in your business. So, acceptable answers. There are a lot of dispatchers. Yes, sir. Yes, Cappy, I feel you. This is why I'm doing this, right? So this is number one. The reason why I created B Logistics is because when I had my trucking business, Next Level Hotshot Delivery Services, it almost failed because of bad dispatch. I thought to myself, once I begin to turn a profit, once I begin to understand what I was doing incorrectly after 2 years of hardly not making money, I said, I want to do whatever it takes to help other clients just like me who suffered, who didn't have a chance, or they might have lost their business. We're going to make a business that's going to make sure we're going to help every single one of our clients be successful, because I didn't get to start out the same way. That goes into number one, what Manny said, automatically, right? Automatically solve a problem. So this is when people go to our website, we have like 77 items. It's because I'm trying to solve a problem. We got another 100 coming in a year from now. Everything you can think of, dispatchers, the biggest leeches in the industry. Sometimes, does it make sense to hire a dispatcher for local loads? Nope, it does not, Iceman, depending on your equipment type, okay? But this is question number one. So right off the bat, if the person does not express empathy, stop the conversation altogether, okay? To my carriers, just stop it. If they say, oh, man, I got a part-time job, I'm trying to help you get loads, stop the conversation. Get on the phone, call somebody else, get another dispatcher. You need to assess empathy. Okay? So I want to just give you that free jib today, that free piece of advice. This is not about you making some easy money, part-time money, money from home, don't got to go to work, none of that. You need to solve a problem. Now, while solving this problem, do you get this reality as a dispatcher? Yes. Do you get to sleep in your bed every night? Yes. Can you make a lot of money as a dispatcher? Yes. I'm not negating any of that. I teach people. But the number one is because you need to be an expert at solving problems. So I'm going to close it with this so we just open up the Q&A. Okay. It does not matter what you do in this world. If you are considered one of the best in the world, money will follow you. Okay? Money will follow you. Money will follow you. Please understand that, okay? But most people are focused on money and they're not trying to be one of the best in the world at what they do. So then this is the shortcuts that people want to take. If no matter what equipment type a person has, if you can give them a solid strategy, help them understand what they need to do, put them in position to win, you will always get paid because people need help. Okay, so that's it. You focus on being the best in the world. So everybody watching this, if you are a dispatcher, you should make it a point. If you become a dispatcher full time, you should desire to be the best dispatcher in the world per your equipment type. There should not be a carrier who comes to you with a hotshot and they know more about a hotshot trailer than you. If there's a dry van, there's no way that the carrier who has the dry van should know more about dry van than you. If they do, you're not trying to be the best in the world. I don't care if they equipment. They tell you the year, the model, all that kind of stuff. You do your due diligence, you need to know everything about it. When they say, hey, man, I'm looking to get some tires, and they send you over the thing, you should be able to look at what they need in tires, call around, get them a tire. Boom, run and play. How much you only pay for these? $325. Let me see what I can do. And come back and say, hey, I found 3 shops in a 10-mile radius. Each one of them doing this. I found your tire for $325. Go get it. Because if that truck is not moving, it's not making them any money, you're not going to benefit. Matter of fact, since I'm talking about that, tomorrow, I'm going to my mechanic shop tomorrow. So I'm trying to go live at 11 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. And I'm going to put it on live, and I'm going to let you guys talk to my mechanic. We're going to maybe do like a little Q&A and ask them certain questions about maintenance. So I'm going to tell you something right quick. That I heard this, and I didn't know it was true. I have a 2021 Dodge Ram 3500. I got a 2018. I had more problems with my 2018 because I kept getting the DEF from the pump, right? I'll have issues, whatever. Everybody know DEF issues, right? Then all of a sudden, ever since I had my Ram 2021, I met my mechanic. Then we created a partnership. He's been doing my oil changes himself only. Then he told me to stop buying the DEF from the pump and buy the boxes, which makes it like double or triple the price. But ever since I've done that, I now have 200,000 miles on my 2021. I have more miles than I had on my 2018. And I have never had one DEF problem the entire time. And he said because the crap at the pump is watered down and it makes your filters clog faster than if you get the actual boxes from the Riley's and stuff like that. So I just found the other day a real good price. Anybody who listens, they got a Carrier. If you're going to do that, I got them for a real good price the other day at Home Depot. Because I think they like almost $30 at like O'Reilly's or something. And I got them for like $15, I think it was at Home Depot. I got like 5 boxes of them. So if you're hearing me and you have DEF because you have not deleted your system, stop getting it from the pump. So something as small as that, and I done went 200,000 miles. When I got 180 on my 2018 truck, and I actually used my daily driver because it kept messing up so much with the DEF problems and all this kind of stuff, EGR cooler, all this crap. And it's because it was getting from the pump because no one ever told me that. So I hope y'all take that piece of information and, incorporate it. And so I want to put my mechanic on the phone tomorrow on a little live and just let him talk. And maybe you can catch a gem from him. But this is one of the additional service we have for our clients, that if you're one of our clients, you go to our shop and you pay the same amount of labor that we pay. So that way that's savings for you. Because if the truck isn't moving due to a laundry list of problems, no one is getting paid. But the difference is a dispatcher can dispatch somebody else. The carrier is making no money, and every day they sit around, they're making less money because they have a fixed overhead. So if you sit around for 2 or 3 weeks waiting on some parts or something that you could have avoided with doing proper maintenance on your truck, now you're going to be screwed sitting around waiting because parts, you can't find no parts, or they out of the parts, or they on back order. Like I've been waiting on a part for one of my trucks for literally like 3 months now because they can't find a freaking part. And it's like back orders, all these problems. So then you're riding down the street and now the brakes are just beeping constantly. See, that's dumb, right? So as being a good dispatch company, because I am a carrier too, right? Stuff like that. How much do mega carrier dispatchers make? I don't know. I've heard a couple different things. I'm not really sure on that one. I don't know exactly how much they make. I'm talking about this more for like third party individual companies like ourselves. But I know they get paid hourly. It's not like we do a contract work. Okay. But this is one of the things we talk about solving problems. This is one of the problems I try to solve here. So if I got a dispatcher watching this, try to do the same. Find a reputable mechanic in your area. Try to foster some type of relationship. Even if it's not a partnership, do like an ambassador program or something where you send him your trucks. They may give your trucks 10% off or something like that. And y'all work out an arrangement so that way your carriers get the best price. Matter of fact, in July, I think it is, we're getting oil changes because like the cheapest oil change from a reputable company in Houston is like $250 for oil change. We're going to try to do oil changes at my mechanic shop for $199. A regular big truck needs an oil change at least once a month, right? Especially OTR. You need once a month. So you say $50 a month, that's $600 in a year. See, little things like that compound to make sure your carrier stays on the road. Okay, so that doesn't happen if I don't care about my clientele. And so as a company, we dispatch over 40 trucks, right, as a company. And each one of my clients know If the dispatcher is not expressing empathy, when they have problems, it becomes our problem. Okay? So I just want to kind of share this. So again, this ebook is on the website. It's only $20 for this. These 7 questions. If you are a dispatcher, you need to know this ebook because experienced carriers are going to ask you questions that will require a response. Experience. If you want fleet owners, they're going to have questions that are in this ebook. The ones that usually don't have questions here are like brand new owner-operator authorities because they don't know. They're just so eager to get a load and move their truck. A lot of times they don't understand this. So if you get somebody who's been in the industry for years, you would never close them. Yes, Cappy, tap in. You would never sell them if you don't have some of these questions or this insight in this ebook. Okay, link in the bio. But if you're cold calling and doing that, you get this and the cold call script. Both of them together will require you to know some stuff before you ever talk to a carrier. So it's not about where do I find carriers? They're not hiding. They're everywhere. Truck stops, your Flying J, Loves. I mean, they're, parking on the weekend, parking lots. You can go to FMCSA website. You can go to eCarrier. You can go to mechanic shops. They're not hiding. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody want to keep telling people on the internet where you find care. They everywhere. You can do it from your house, on a website. They're not hiding. But the issue is that when you call them, if you ain't got nothing to talk about except for, hi, I'm a nice person. I'm going to work hard for your business. If you give me a try, I'll give you the highest rates possible, high paying loads, dedicated dispatcher, 24/7, and you just say stuff like that, that means nothing. Number one, if you 24/7, unless you're giving me loads in the middle of the night because you either have a reefer or you have oil and gas connections, if I call you in the middle of the night, what you going to do for me? If I call you in the middle of the night and say, hey, I'm stranded, my truck won't start at 2 o'clock in the morning, now you got to walk me through what you're going to do to help me. If you don't know, why the heck are you 24/7? So it's a whole bunch of fluff that people are talking about, but it doesn't equate to anything. It's true. So many dispatchers need honest mentor. Oh, boy, you ain't going to find nobody more honest than me. I'm going to keep it a buck with you because I don't think it's a game for you to risk your livelihood and your financial freedom or your financial, say credit, right, with me trying to sell you something for $20. I make money doing a lot of things. If y'all follow me, go back and look. We got a lot of stuff going on, grants, trucking business. I got a landscape business. I ain't got to lie to nobody for nothing, right? So because of that, I'm going to give you the energy to make you think. If you can think, you can adapt. If you can adapt, you can survive. That's what entrepreneurship is about, not being robotic. Oh, they told me this. They told me that. So yesterday I did a whole live about when you have a carrier agreement and you and the carrier need to converse and have a conversation based on strategies. If they got a box truck and you don't know where the best states are in the United States as a box truck, you shouldn't be dispatching box trucks. If they have a dry van and dry van rates are $2.04, if you don't know how to stack parcels in a dry van or the codes needed, don't dispatch dry van. If you get somebody who has a flatbed, high shot or a flatbed, 4853, and you have no clue about the legal qualifications of load securement, don't dispatch because everybody's requiring somebody else to know knowledge that people might not know. If they don't know about how many straps they should have per 10 feet and their brand new owner operator has a high shot, don't be their dispatcher because what if the load falls off the truck? People can die. So this is a very serious thing that people are just playing around with it. Oh, just dispatch from your phone. This is easy. Don't worry about nothing. A lot of people, just get them to automatically sign up for your businesses and do whatever. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not here for none of that. So go back, look at my page, see that I'm a straight shooter and all that. Are you on Facebook? A lot of dispatchers groups need to hear this. I am, but I just been working on TikTok and Instagram. I don't go live on Facebook groups. I have my own Facebook group for my people that I teach, but I don't do like on Facebook groups. It's either TikTok or Instagram Live. That's how I kind of like it. Because once I get done, I'm done. You can go look at the video. I don't have a lot of time for like questions and back and forth and blah, blah, blah. And that's what I'm saying. It's too much back and forth on those platforms. I'd rather say what I want to say. People tap into it. Find us other ways. Tap into what we got going on and then go about my business. Because Facebook got to be back and forth questions and comments. And I don't have the time for that, to be honest. But I appreciate you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna give you straight. I'm gonna say give you the buck, right? But in that regard, I want to do that. So follow me on Instagram. Follow me on, follow me on Instagram. Follow the Facebook page. It's B Logistics, and you can follow me here, obviously. And I'm always doing something. So I'm gonna try to go live again tomorrow. I never schedule my lives, but I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow at 11 o'clock at the mechanic shop. So then maybe some of y'all got some questions about some maintenance, because I'm still learning. And again, I've been there since 2016, because some of these newer trucks, new gen vehicles require different things. Some parts are metal, some are plastic, they're going to break. So I'm just trying to make sure I stay ahead of all my maintenance so there's no random call. And that's for trucks, trailers, bearings. I mean, there's so many things that's involved here that if you are not on top of all your things, this is one of the reasons why people go out of business. Because if you always get doing stuff on the side of the road and all that kind of stuff. Now you can go ahead, Cappy. If you're gonna do that, then the best thing to do is I have a link on my profile. When you go back and you hit my little link, and you can be one of my affiliates, and I pay everyone. So if anybody talking about me and somebody buys something, I want to pay you 10% of whatever they buy. I don't want nobody out here soliciting for me for free. I want everybody to get paid. There's enough money for everybody to coexist if we create our own economy, because the government is not coming to save us. So if we don't figure out a way to help each other, we're screwed, especially with this economy we in right now. So go sign up for the affiliate links. My assistant usually accepts people every day. And then you can get the little link. You send it to a person. You put on your website or whatever you want to do. They hit it. We have one product that's up to $5,000 on our website. We have a lot of different things. So if somebody buys something, you're going to get 10%. Okay, so I appreciate you. But yes, I try to keep it 100 all day long. I try not to play games with no person. That's why I tell people, don't ask me a question you don't want the answer to. Because sometimes people get mad at me. Okay, so I don't know what to tell you. Go follow me on Instagram. I do a lot more on Instagram than I do on TikTok. Okay. See you in that. Okay, guys, it's 2:48. I'm going to do it 3 o'clock. Any questions? It can be about dispatching or trucking. Thank you so much for the follow and acknowledgement. Thank you for commenting. I love a good live when people going back and forth with me, right? I don't like if I'm just talking for 30 minutes and then 200 people and everybody saying. I like to engage. I want to go back and forth. So any questions for me? So it can be about dispatching. It can be about trucking, either one. Oh, yeah, matter of fact, I forgot. If you live in the state of Arkansas, right, you can also be a part of the grant that may give you, if you want to be a freight dispatcher or a broker, for free. Hit the link in my bio and reach out to the NR Swanks, and they'll do the rest. Arkansas is a new state. So Texas and Arkansas. Okay, what we got? What software you using for dispatch? We have our own proprietary stuff. We don't really have a software. We have an app that's coming out that's going to be good for dispatchers to help sign up carriers, but we don't have a software that we use. I don't believe in really having a TMS system and stuff like that. We have some other stuff that we have made in-house that when I get it done completely, it'll be something else that we may sell to people. Because I try to tell people, especially if they are a dispatcher, you need to operate your business for zero overhead until you make at least $1,500 a week in revenue, in gross. I'm new since March, and this is one of my biggest issues with teachers. I'll discourage to now. What biggest issue with that? They capping, or they're trying to, do motivational speaking? Any grants? Not yet. Hopefully it's coming. We just started this, but not yet. So anytime that happens, I'll definitely be posting on here, letting people know. But right now it's just Arkansas and Texas at the current, but it's for people that have disabilities. So you must have a disability, a registered disability. And if you do, that's the qualifying issue for you to get it. Big time capping and charging slot for intro courses. Yeah, that's what a lot of people doing. Because I don't have like a regular dispatch course. Mine is more advanced and stuff. You know what I mean? And so because of that, we have like a step 2 one. So I did my little intro one. It costs $14.99, but it goes over the industry vocabulary words, layman terms, and also goes over 9 business principles every dispatcher should know. But I called it the course before the course. Yep, that's what I'm saying. They saying the same thing. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Manny talking about high traffic software sales pitch example for dispatchers to buy in from carrier. What is it? Freight traffic. Oh, freight traffics? You talking about FR8 traffics for the map? Software sales pitch example for dispatchers to get buy-in from the carrier. Okay, you asking what do I say to close a carrier that's using? Okay, yeah, okay. So what I basically tell them is, hey, how you doing? So it's for box trucks and hot shots. Let me go to it real quick. Let me pull this back. Let me see. Let me show it to them real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all. Because I think you got the skit too, Manny. So I plugged that in there with the skit. Okay, so this is Freight Traffics, right? So Freight Traffics is the software that we have for ourselves. This is for Box Truck. These are for Hot Shots. It's the only tool in the industry that actually gives you the week-to-week updated rates per these equipment types. I own this. This is mine. We made this. Again, solving problems, okay? So again, yeah, there's a which ebook you get? You got 7 questions. Did you get the cold caller skit, Manny? Or you only got the which ebook did you get? Because the cold call skit has it in there. It's just by itself, or it also has if you do the 5 strategic plays and getting carriers, that has the skit in it for free. But if not, I'll still explain anyway for you. But yeah, if you got either one of those, so the skit is by itself, or you can get the ebook, and the ebook has the skit in it. Or script, I'm sorry. Yeah, it has it in there. Yeah, it should be at the very back of it. Yeah, look into it. I mean, if not, reach out to me. That means something's problematic with the design team if it's not in there. Yes, the red means no freight. Very good. So let me go over this. So let's say you reach out to a carrier, right? Like these are prime example. Right, this is a good example. I don't want to use this person's name. Okay, let me see. So right now we had some carriers that reach out to us today. They got to fill out a packet. I'm gonna close their name off. Okay, man, they got the MC on here either. It's gonna be hard for me to show y'all because I don't want to give out anybody's information. Okay, hold on. Okay, so number one, y'all just listen. Okay, so this carrier has a hot shot. Somebody put in the comments for me to help me out. So I don't want to show their information because that's privacy issues and stuff like that. Okay, so this carrier has a hot shot. Somebody put hot shot. Not for Sprinter vans, no sir. Oh no, Nick. Sorry, nope. Somebody put a hot shot in the comments for me so I can walk y'all through the equipment that we have here. Okay, hot shot, very good. Okay, they live in Tennessee. Somebody put Tennessee. So number one, they're a hot shot. Number two, they live in Tennessee. Okay, put Tennessee next. Okay, very good. Tennessee, a good class. I love it, okay? They got a Ram 3500 and a 40-foot trailer. 40-foot. Okay? So, again, let's recap. Hot shot, Tennessee, 40-foot trailer. And they're willing to be OTR, which is over the road. And the only place they don't want to go to is Oregon. So let me click on my hotshot map. So this is literally what you would do. So this one is called the dual map. The dual map has both because most dispatchers who are dispatching one of the smaller equipment types, they will do both because both of these clients will reach out to you simultaneously, right? So this is the map for the hot shots. This is the map for box trucks. Obviously, you can tell they're different, okay? So that's why you have both. This is the dual map, DUAL. This is for both, or you can get them individually. So if somebody's a carrier and they just want to have in-house dispatching, we have them individualized too. Okay. So I'm a hot shot. So what I would do is if I'm on the phone, man, this is for you, boy, my guy. Okay. Manny's my guy. Okay. I'm on the phone and I say, hey, how you doing? I just got your submission. So it can be the cold call or warm lead, either way, right? Hey, I got your information, blah, 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 whatever the intro is. So let me just confirm something real quick. Okay. So you live in Tennessee. And then Tennessee, right over, let me click on the map so you can get, I'm sorry, when I do my mouse and I mess up. Tennessee, it tells you the state average for Tennessee, 184. You're in Tennessee, you got a hot shot, you got a 40-foot trailer, right? We've established all that. They don't want to go to Oregon. We don't want to go to Oregon anyway. Look at hot shot. We don't want to go over here no way, right? We want to stay in this little butter right here. This area that's hot, we want to stay right here anyway. So we don't even care that they don't want to go to Oregon, but we need to remember that so we don't send them there accidentally, okay? So that's the information we need. So now I get them on the phone and say, hey, so I see you in Tennessee, got a 40-foot hot shot trailer. That's my favorite. Let me ask you this question. Number one, do you have a Class A CDL or you have a single axle? They say Class A. Say, cool. So that means, okay, how much can you scale? Oh, 16,000 pounds. Great. Okay, you're over the road? They say yes. Then you confirm. Hey, so when you say over the road, you mean 3 to 6 weeks? They say yes. I say perfect. Okay, so now hot shot, Tennessee, which is a phenomenal area. You wouldn't be over the road, all that kind of stuff. So what kind of rates have you been getting previously? They're going to tell you whatever, okay? Then you're supposed to assess, is it true or not? If you have tools like this, you would know what they're saying is true or not, okay? So let's go back to the national averages for hot shot. Right now, hot shot as a national average for 48 states is $1.71. So obviously, if they're in Tennessee, Tennessee is a good area at 184, okay? So this is a benchmark that you utilize to negotiate with brokers. So I say, okay, great. Well, this is what the plan will be if you use my services as my Manny Enterprises as a dispatcher. We're going to start you at Tennessee, and primarily I'm going to keep you in the Midwest because the Midwest is the number one place in the United States right now currently on the open market load board that hot shots exist in order to make the highest rate per mile. And I said, for example, and you will be doing this in real time. For example, if we go, you can get back out of it and look, say what's green. See all these green places? You're going to go back, zoom back into it, right? Tennessee, boom. So then we can do is I'm going to take it from Tennessee to Ohio. See, it's 187. Then we can run over here. Sorry. When I'm on my computer, double tap. Sorry. Then Indiana, 184. Okay. Ohio, boom. Pennsylvania, 205. So this map is going to help me navigate all green areas where I want to position the truck. So the number here represents what the brokers are willing to pay as a median for this area. So your job as a dispatcher is to go up from here to negotiate. So generally my team that utilizes this map, we get 25 cents greater than this number when we book freight. Okay. So this map is all you have to follow to be successful. So if it says it's $1.87 in Virginia, I'm going to try to negotiate with the broker to try to move the truck for $2.12. This is what I'm striving for. You will not. Somebody in the comments put will not or do not. Somebody put do not in the comments for me. Thank you. Will not. Thank you so much, right? You do not move the truck lesser than this because this is moving cheap freight. Okay? Don't do it. Okay? But see, you will automatically do this sometimes if you don't have the proper tools. You understand what I'm saying? Then on top of that, this is how you move the truck. Now, please understand, if you're going from one state to the next state, you're going to get a higher rate per mile than if you go long distance. So let's just say the equipment, because he got a 40-foot trailer too, this guy, the client I'm telling you about. So let's say we get a load here, it's only 10, 12 feet, but it's going way over here, okay? Well, then I might take me a little bit. This might be 600, 700 miles. So now if I get a short load here and it makes sense, I may also be able to get a partial to put towards the back of the truck. So let's say I get a load for 210. Now, I don't get into the broker being mad, but I'm saying, say it's 210. You get it. Boom. You go put up a partial. Made a partial and paying $1. Now you're moving for $3.10 to go to one direction, drop them both off, rinse and repeat. You understand? So some people believe in doing only partials. They might get 3 partials, 2 partials, whatever. I have an ebook on that. I also have a reference to my insurance lady I've been using for all my businesses. That's amazing to go over the legal ramifications. If you have too much cargo on your trailer, you need to look into that legally and have the conversation because you never know how much cargo it costs or is worth when you're just picking up, dropping freight. You're not aware of that. So now because of that, you need to understand the legal ramifications. If you put 3 loads on your trailer and the loads equate to being $150,000 and you have $100,000 in cargo, you're going to be in a hole $50,000. If something happens, they're going to come for your house. So you need to have proper insurance, understand the questions to ask the brokers before you just start throwing a whole bunch of freight on a truck. That's how new people get in trouble. I've been in this industry. We're not doing nothing crazy. We're not going to risk making $1 a mile and lose thousands and get sued. Don't do it, okay? You got to have wisdom. That's why you need to get good mentors. Cappy been telling you right here. Get good people that know what the heck they talking about and they got receipts, okay? So in that regard, now you move the truck accordingly. So I would explain that I'm going to do this times the amount of miles that can be driven with them being OTR, right? So the OTR, y'all told us. So an average truck, this is y'all knowledge now. An average truck, that's a little truck. But we're going to say average truck that drives on the hours of service. If they're OTR, which refers to over the road, about how many miles will they be loaded every week as just like a median number? Does anybody know? $2,500. Angela, boy, you be killing it. I love you, right? Every time Angela come in, she come through the gut. She one of my people right here. She cold, okay? Oh, the question is, if a carrier's doing the hours of service, about how many miles can he drive in a week loaded as just a good average, okay? Now, I'm saying that because legally, based on the hours of service in general, yeah, see, Jen right here got it, right? It's roughly right about 2,500. I use that as a good middle number for people because sometimes, especially in a hot shot, box trucks, they may be going 200 miles to get loaded from deadhead to deadhead, but a big truck may only go 50 miles between getting loading. So it's just a difference, right? But we're going to use 2,500 because if you're maximizing your clock every day, you should be able to put up by 550 roughly miles every single day. So let's just say you do 550 miles a day, roughly times 5, you get that 2,750 as just a good median, right? Just in general, okay? So in that regard, if you're going 2,500 miles, we use that times whatever the national average is. So Hot Shots average, right, is going to be, 171, I think that was what it was. And then if your dispatcher's negotiating for you, so let's say it's 171, and your dispatcher does a little bit better, say they get you 195. We're using it for just an example. Then you're going to get 4875. Okay? So literally with that number right there, this is now the claim that you can make per your service. That, hey, use me as a dispatcher. I got this freight traffics based on the national average right now before you start doing partials, really negotiate and run some different plays, team drivers. Obviously, if you go more miles in a week because they got to do reset over the weekend. I'm just saying there's 5 days a week. Keep the miles low because if you do it right and they're a really good driver, over the reset, they might put up 1,000 miles roughly instead of just going short distances because all they need, their 35 reset, they can run again. So it obviously can be more, but now you actually have a working number that you can utilize plus information. You're not just saying something randomly that you think sounds good to sell a carrier based on lies or what you've heard, but you actually have a tool that you're utilizing to justify your premises or your service, right? And so then the way to say this simply, after all that is, I have a tool that less than 1% of the population is using in dispatching, and it actually tells me the state's averages. Because when you go to that, I want no problems with that. They give you a certain average per region. I've never met a person. Yes, it's for the public. Everything I show you is for public. We perfected in my business, and I put it's called freight traffics. Okay, so I never met a person that lives in a region. People live in a state. They live in a city within a state. So what does it matter what your region is paying if your state cannot justify it nor your city? So it makes more sense to know what your state is doing, not your region. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So because of that, this is broken down for every single state. I have a team of 3 people that do this every single week. So that way it's a new update every Monday. So yes, this is on a website called Freight Traffics. Yes. Mandy, did I answer your question? So every time you talk to a box truck or a hot shot, you should be pushing this tool because if he talks to you and they talk to 50 other dispatchers, you were the only person that told them state by state by state by state freight traffics that they ever talked to. So no matter what other claim, I got direct customers. Oh, I have shippers. Oh, I have this. It does not matter what some other person says. They will not have actual claims and a software that you can look up. We got YouTube channels, YouTube video on this. They can't have nothing. And this is what you're bringing to the table as you being a dispatcher to the value of the carrier. If other people are not doing this, they're not doing it. So what are you up to selling the service or what, your gig? I'm just informing. We already do all this in real time. It just since I teach, I get tired of seeing people give bad information. So you can do this. We got people in this all the time. You do whatever you want to do. I'm just getting information. Okay. So again, box trucks, hot shots. So box trucks. So how do I join you? You looking for a dispatcher? Well, what do you want to do? Because we teach people do a lot of stuff. Rashad. Okay. I got you. I will explain it. Let me see what Trading Trucker 31 is talking about real quick. How do you join how? You want us to be your dispatcher? You trying to learn? You want to be linking your bio? Yes, all the stuff link in my bio. Yes, I have with coach. We teach. Mentor, products, resources, paperwork, BOLs. If you get a shipper or a broker doesn't pay you, we have a video show you how to put a complaint on the MC to make them pay you. We have a lot of stuff. Just go to the website and look around. We got a whole bunch of crap. I just added another link for carrier services. Right now, there's 4 items. We're going to have about 10 items in less than 2 weeks on there. Let me go. Thank you so much, Trading Trucker 31. Let me go back to my brother that asked the question. Okay, so number 1, good question. Okay, so the red is don't do it. That's how I tried to be like, stop, right? Because I'm not trying to copy nobody. Stop. That means the rates are between $0 to $1.24. Red states. The yellow is 125 to 184. The yellow, 125 to 184. Okay. And then the green is 185 and greater. So regardless of your equipment type, you need to go to the higher yellow. So you actually got to click to figure out what states those are, or you just need to stick in the green. If you do that, you're going to make money. See, this is high shot. See, centralized box trucks, not so much, but it's still prominent here. But you need to know every single state that's over here so you can position your truck in the proper states that you need to. But that's what the colors mean. So if I go back, I'm sorry. If I go click, say like Hot Shots, for instance, okay? See, it says it over here on the bottom. I don't know if you can't see, it's kind of blurry. I'm trying to pull the screen back on my phone. And every time I put my phone, it tries to focus on my phone. See $1.85 here, $1.25, and then red. And then blue, notice you see this little blue outline right here? This indicates partial rates when coming out. So a lot of hot shot carriers, I tell them, stop freaking going to California. You crazy. You're going to lose your butt off in there. Plus maintenance is higher. Fuel is higher. They think they smart about going to California. I don't go to California. Well, my trucks, we make $7,000 going one way. If we're not making $7,000 going one way, because when you come out, a lot of times they only want you to come out for $1 to $1.25. So it needs to make sense, because you break down around here somewhere, you're finna be screwed. It's going to cost you everything in the world, thousands of dollars to get your truck back. If you break down anywhere around here, anybody who's a carrier knows what I'm talking about. If you break down around here, it's going to cost thousands of dollars. Let you run out of gas. Thousands of dollars. So this is not for the lighthearted. Okay. So in that regard, I'm going there for no $2 a mile. You go for $3.50 and better. So anyway, Texas Earth, so all these places that's blue, it warns you. So if you're trying to move at $2 a mile, to go over here, you need to make $4. Just in case you get pissed off and you don't want to take cheap freight, you could deadhead all the way back out. Just deadhead if you don't want to take it. But then if you was making 4 going, coming out, you would still make 2 and 2 if you do the math. And you could decide to take no freight. You understand? Does that make sense, y'all? And I got some more. I'm going to try to go. Then over here, Florida. See, don't do it either. So Florida has the same way. I need to do the same thing on the box truck. We just haven't done it yet. But this blue thing, because this was hard to do, is create this blue border right here. It took a long time. So that's what it indicates. I just got it on Hot Shots right now. And make sure I get it. I need this information. This is great information. Thank you so much. Is this only for Hot Shot? Yes, sir. I don't have it for big trucks, because that's Dad and everybody else. I can't keep up. There's way too many loads. I can't even keep up with, to be honest with you. This is called freight traffics. Yeah, it's too many loads. I can't even, my team, we can't even keep up with that. It's too much. So I'm just focusing on fixing problems, right? That's why when I started this, fix problems. There's no tools in the industry to help hot shots and box trucks properly. Everybody get a box truck when they struggle, then they go run for Amazon. That is not the solution. So now I have tools for those, the hot shots and my box truck people. I'm dead-headed now. See, that's what I'm saying. If you decide that you're not going to take no crap loads, yep, makes sense. Yep. So that's the key. Is like, if you know what it is, this is not a load board. It's a map. It's basically like a map that we created to help you navigate your strategy every week when it comes to route planning. It's called Freight Traffic. It's on my website, blogistics.net. 8,400 in Galveston to Yuma. Ooh, boy. Yeah, you made a bag. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's what I'm talking. See right there? See, you can afford to deadhead when you do that. That's the whole point. That's what I'm saying. If I'm going to go somewhere that's crazy, you got to make it worth it before you go, just to make sure. Otherwise, don't go. What do you mean run Amazon if you have a trailer? No, I'm saying if people that have a box truck, if they are failing on the open market, where most people's suggestion is for them to go sign up with Amazon, do Amazon Relay. That's why. That's what I'm saying. So that's what most people do. And I'm saying that's not necessarily the solution for you, is that you need to now run your box truck better. If that is still staying in prominent states, running partials, like you got to come up with a new strategy to implement, not just run to Amazon and, go 200-mile loads running in the middle of the night randomly, stuff like that. So that's not necessarily most people's solution. Yeah. So now I'll tell you this right now, put this under your hat. When Walmart comes out here, probably next 12 to 18 months, and Walmart has their own Amazon relay, when that happens, oh yeah, then you can go run for both of them because Walmart gonna be paying. Like that's what's gonna change the game. I'm telling you right now. What this strategy can drop? Nope, we're not doing nothing weekly. Nope. We don't have any clients that have a box truck or hot shot and bring them home regionally because the market is too volatile. You can't predict what's gonna happen by any means. Right, so that we don't try all of our carriers that run hot shot box, we make them be over the road. And so if they have a fleet of trucks, then the next strategy is helping them get set up with direct customers, because on my website, we make shippers list too. You're very welcome. If you want a 9-to-5 family job, don't get to, oh yeah, he's saying that. Y'all need to follow this Merst & Son Trucking. Y'all need to follow him. I tell you, everybody who tells you the truth is generally what you don't want to hear is who you need to follow. If it sounds hella good, don't follow them. Stay away from them. If it sounds like all you got to do is sleep and you're going to make all this money, stay away from them. But when they kind of slap you with the truth, that all the people you need to follow, they're going to tell you the truth. I promise you that. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, it's 3:13. I said 3 o'clock. Okay. Any final questions I can answer for y'all? I got a couple phone calls to make. How can I get clients as a new dispatcher? Okay, I went over that earlier. Okay, so the issue is not how you get them because they're everywhere. The issue is what are you going to say to them? So when I started this, I have an ebook on my website, 7 questions every carrier should ask before hiring a dispatcher to make sure. I tell you what, I just posted a video. Go watch the video I just posted because I'm finna get off. Go watch the last video I just posted. I kind of went over your same question that you have. And it's because a lot of people have that question. So once you find the carrier and you close them, your next thing is that you need to have a good carrier agreement. So that's the issue. Know what to say, have a good carrier agreement so both parties are on the same page. Those are the most 2 important things, not where do you find carriers. They're everywhere, all over the place. There's some carriers on this live, so that's not the issue. It's what do you say, have a good carrier agreement, you'll figure out the rest, whether that means you need to purchase this, another resource, like everything else is easy after that. You're very welcome, Cappy. Okay, so I appreciate y'all. Thank you for tapping in. Follow us on Instagram. I'm telling you, that's when I do most stuff is on Instagram because it's easier and I make fun and joke and play around, have a good time on Instagram more because I like the way you can do stories on Instagram and stuff. So I do a lot more on Instagram. So follow Instagram. It's the same thing as this, B Logistics, but just on Instagram. Okay? I appreciate y'all. I love the fact we have a lot of people in here. I appreciate it. I wish I could stay, but I got to go do real work now because I got some phone calls to make. I got some mentoring calls to do that people that paid me for. So I gotta go back to work. But I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Grace and peace. If you're on the road, be safe. Drive safe. If you're a dispatcher, you want to be a dispatcher, you find a trucker in a grocery store, walk up to them, tell them you thank them for their service, just like we do for our armed forces. Because we would not know life without truck drivers. I don't care if they dropping off whatever, potatoes, peanuts, supplies. I don't care what they do. If you see them with a headset on or you see them getting out of a truck, you should go shake their hand, thank them, give them like a $10 gift card, a Starbucks gift card, everything. So tentatively, if all goes well, this August, thank you so much, 3-in-1. This August, I'm going to have like a carrier get together at my office. And I'm just going to invite carriers out and be like, I don't know if I should have beer because I don't want to be problematic with some people, but maybe like beer and conversation, or I'm going to figure out something I'm going to do. And I just get a consensus, but I'm going to invite out carriers just to like love on them because I don't see any appreciation to me, networking events for truck drivers just to come just for people to say thank you. Right? I don't see that. Like I see, like technology and people are selling stuff, but just for people to come say, hey, come get a hot dog and beer with us and just talk the crap, watch TV and laugh because you just want to say thank you for your service. I don't see that. If somebody else sees that, let me know. because I feel like I don't ever see that. So I think truck drivers get unappreciated. So I'm going to create that if I don't find anybody else that wants to do it with me. So that's going to cost a lot of money, but I'm going to do it anyway because, I love truck drivers. We got to appreciate it. Like I said, I'm a carrier too. So I understand that people don't give a crap about you as being a carrier. Okay, so I appreciate it. Grace and peace to y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Thank you so much for the little hearts and all that. I don't even know how to really what these badges do, but I appreciate it all the same. Questions, DM me as always, or email me. My team will respond back to you. You can email us at info@blogistics.net. Everything's linked in the bio. You got questions, DM me here or DM me there. Do you think Walmart coming out? Yes, they are doing it currently. For African, they already doing it already. They already starting this. They already been talking about it, everything. When the Walmart happens, that's when it's going to get real out here. So my box truck people, when Walmart does the same thing as Amazon, then that's when the money's going to come. Amazon is not paying nobody. When Walmart does it, that's going to be the thing. Okay, it's not called a thing yet. It's just keep watching, pay attention, study the industry, study what Walmart is doing. Go on Google, do your own research about Walmart and stuff like that. What's flatbed looking like? Oh, last questions. Flatbed looking sexy. 4853 looking sexy. As a team, all our flatbeds are averaging over $3 a mile. We're running them very strategically. Generally, the southeast region of the United States are kind of where you want to be, where you position the trucks, and it's been sexy. But then even with that, if you have a fleet or you have a few people that's going to come together, we have shippers list on the website for that area of the United States, and a lot of shippers reach out to us on a regular basis. And so because of that, even my own trucking business, I'm going to start hiring carriers, owner-operators in next month, because I want a couple of flatbeds to add to my team so I can start filling some of these voids that some of these shippers want from me. But either way, everything we do that you see me talking about, we also sell it for you guys to be successful too. There's enough for everybody. Thank you so much, Amanda. I don't know what other stuff mean. I need to learn, I guess. I've been on TikTok for like 6-7 months, and I still don't know what half these things mean. But I appreciate it either way. Okay? Follow the create. Yeah, thank y'all. Like I said, follow us, show love. Thank you so much. Grace and peace to y'all. Great information, any suggestions or insurance. Progress will be by your best one, honestly. But yeah, next time, say that for next time. Turn the notifications on, and next time, or maybe tomorrow when I go live, maybe I'll just do a Q&A for an hour, and y'all can just ask questions. Okay, appreciate it.